Welcome, one and all astrology lovers. I am Chanda Sparkles, and this is a special Sunday, Sacred Sunday edition of my astrology report, just simply because I came across some very interesting information this week concerning the 8-8 Lionsgate. Tonight, I'm going to break down some of the evidence that has come into my awareness about the 8-8 Lionsgate that is not in the light. We'll put it like that. And I'm really going to explain to you as I go through this evening and show you some of the things that I came across as to my findings about the nefarious hijacked 8-8 Lionsgate. Okay, I have quite a bit of information to get through tonight. We are just allowing people to load up in the chat. I am broadcasting multi-streaming on multiple platforms, so thank you to all the platforms who allow me to come in and broadcast this information that is organic and authentic to all of our process as we are going through this ascension. So, not going to be a super long broadcast like normal Tuesday night Astro Tarot Tuesday night lives, which we do have an Aquarius full moon coming up this week, and we will be doing our giveaway. So if you haven't gone to the YouTube channel, hit like, subscribe, and comment on the very last video. Do that now, or maybe after I'm done with the broadcast would be nice. But make sure you get your name in the drawing. We have a really great drawing coming up on Tuesday night. We're giving away Karen Wilson's $140 value Akashic Records reading. Really cool. And we're giving away a special blend of organic tea, which was specifically made for Leo season. It's a Leo season blend from Life and Wellness. I also have, I have a citrine, I think it is. Wait, hold on. Oh no, it's the orange calcite. This beautiful orange calcite that I'm putting in there. So I'm adding that, as well as a sunstone bay leaf ritual little sachet. So it's great prizes. Make sure that you get to the YouTube channel. It's the only way that you can win, okay? All right, so I am going to just say, first and foremost, this was not something that came about. I wasn't searching for it. Let's put it to you like that, okay? This week, and I'm just going to give you a little preface to the story as to how I came about this information that I'm about to share with you about Lionsgate. I went through my, monthly cycle began on Wednesday, and I am perimenopausal. I'll be 50 this year. So the Great Purge was on, and it was on strong. And so I contacted a couple of clients for Thursday and Friday and said, I'm not going to be able to, I need to go within and handle this. And because we've had Mercury just move into Virgo, and it's a quick 21-day transit, I had put the challenge out on my Facebook group and on Facebook that let's utilize Mercury being in his home sign of Virgo and set a goal for ourselves. So the goal that I set for myself, which I soon found out was a little bit, probably need a lot more time than 3 weeks. But I thought, okay, I've been being called since last year to really dive into the star seed astrology so that I can start really knowing and memorizing all of the fixed stars. So that was my goal. Find out where all the fixed stars are in the astrological chart so that I can look at your chart and say, okay, you have these background lineages, and those would be like galactic lineages: Sirian, Orion, Lyrian, Arcturian, Argothian, Anunnaki, Reptilian, Draconian. I mean, there's the list goes on of all of the off-planet beings that make up our lineage of who we are at a soul level. So I started this process on Wednesday, just looking through it, and I came across a list of, because there's quite, I thought, well, if I can at least just get the 4 main fixed stars. I came across this list, and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a whole lot of other fixed stars than just the ones that I was looking for. And then so I started, just kind of researching and looking through, and I came across the fixed star, and it's hard. I can't hardly pronounce it. Let me pull it back up on my screen here. It's called Shawaii K Draconis. In parentheses, it says Kappa Draconis. And basically, there's many fixed stars in Draco, the Draco constellation, which is the dragon demon serpent. And basically, this serpent stretches all the way from Aries all the way to Sagittarius. Not meaning that every single degree point in all of those signs is a draconian degree point. But there is a list. And so I have a little list here that I'm going to share with you so that you can understand. This is kind of the first thing that I found whenever I went through this organic process of coming to the realization that this 8-8 is not aligned for love and light. And in fact, it's been hijacked. I know it now. And this is not to change your mind, or I'm just gonna say right now, people who are all like, woo woo, Lionsgate, it's a portal, blah blah blah. More power to you. You have your own path to walk. And I am not by any means saying take my word for all of this. I'm saying these are my findings. I won't be participating ever again. And definitely not with these kind of astrological aspects, which I will show you here in just a little bit on the chart. Okay, so what you're looking at here is the constellation of Draco stars and their degree points and placements. And I must give credit to the Astrology King, because his website is the one that I found him on. I love his website. He's very good at keeping all kinds of information there if I need a reference. As a young astrologer that's only been like studying this since, full on since 2016. So that's, 8 years now. So, I'm still a young astrologer, and I'm always learning, and I'm always, taking classes. I'm always in classes. I've always got some classes going because I love this study, this science. Okay, so as you can see here, and I wanted you to go ahead and screenshot that for yourself. These are the Draco placements, okay? So you can see you have 17 degrees of Aries, okay? You see that? 17 and 28 minutes is what that is. It gives you the 0 degree of Taurus, which at 0 degrees and 17 of Taurus, I was blown away, because that is my son's sun sign. I was like, okay, no wonder he's had such horrific happenings in his life, and there's just so much more to dive into. But as you can see, you can go down the list here, but you can come down here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to write with this. Hold on, let me see. Just a second. Let's do it. Will it let me mark it up? Oh, I don't think it'll let me mark it up. All right, but if you count down, so we have Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, 14 degrees, which, by the way, if you see here, it says Cancer is at 14 degrees. Well, guess what else is at 14 degrees of Cancer? That's Sirius. They're all people are all, oh, Sirius is aligning with the sun. No, it's not. It's really not. Sirius is at 14 degrees of Cancer in Cancer season. It's not in Leo season. Now, I get it that it can align with the Giza pyramids, and that is when our ancestors from that area would know when the great floods were coming, when they saw the bright star Sirius align with the pyramids. As I had stated previously, I actually, signed on with the Lionsgate. I had an event that was Lionsgate titled, but I always was a little leery of the whole thing because it was a little bit too trendy for me, okay? And I was like, why is this becoming such a big thing? It's all up in the mainstream. And I was like, something just psychically, intuitively felt off. And, but we went with it, and our event was beautiful, and everything about it was amazing. But we did it on the day, which was July 30th. So the 29th and the 30th were the actual days that the star Sirius was becoming visible in the sky. Okay. So that's kind of what I based that. It's going to be okay to do this. Okay. So I'm totally just finding all this out myself. So understand that I was signed on for it. I'm no longer. If you keep going down here, so knowing that 14 degrees, so we're at 14 degrees and 31 minutes, then you come down, there's 10 degrees of Leo is a Draco starseed placement. Then 16 degrees of Leo, a Draco starseed placement. And so on and so on and so on. It shows you all of the different degrees of what are draconian starseed lineage placements. Okay. So I hope you've screenshotted that, because now we're going to go and do a little something different. So I just wanted you to understand that all of these findings are based on facts on the stars and their placements in their degrees. And remember, these are fixed stars, and fixed stars do move. There are such things as progressions. They don't move fast. They take many, many, many years to even move a half of a degree. That's why they call them fixed stars, okay? For instance, just for example, Vega recently moved from Leo into Virgo. I mean, just recently, I think it was 2016. Don't quote me on that. But that's what my intuition is telling me, and I think I'm right. But so I just wanted to show you this as a preference so you understand what we're dealing with. And when we're dealing with draconian energy, what are we dealing with there? Let's go over here. This is the chart that I pulled up for 8/8 Lionsgate. Excuse me, I channel and my nose starts running. Whenever I pulled this chart up for, and don't pay attention to the house system because that's just for my location. We're basically just looking at the position of the planets and having an understanding of where everything is at. So I pulled this up for 8:43 a.m. That's Central Time. You'll have to look up your own. But that is the moment that, let's see here. Why am I not getting to write? What's going on? Oh, my pen doesn't want to work. Why? Let's see. Hold on a second. Probably should have checked that before I went live, right? Hey, it's live stuff, guys. Oh, it's not charged. Okay, we'll give it a second and let it charge, and then we'll go into the chart. It won't take long. Oopsie! Like I said, I don't normally go live on Sundays. Sundays are my day to do my own thing. But all of this information, I was like, I want to show them what this means. Okay, so I want you to have a look here. Why is that not coming on? There we go. Interesting. And see, this is the other thing. As as I was getting all the stuff prepared, I keep the house quiet. I stay in silence so that I'm kind of like in a walking meditation. And yeah, I was like hearing things fall in the other room by themselves. And I was like, yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to get some attacks going on here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to just talk about, like I have a whole bunch of notes and I'm just going to talk about this while that pen charges. And then I have a few things I'm going to read to you so that you have a better understanding, okay? All right, so 8-8 is a hijacked thing, okay? The Draco constellation is like if you take Mars energy and mix it with Saturn energy. Those are the two malefics. They use this, so dark forces, dark entities use these kind of things within the spiritual community in order to siphon or steal your soul's energies, because they feed on your energy. They feed on the innocence of the light. The innocent, like, that's why they love children's energy. That's why anyone of the light that is working within the light, in love, connecting to the original creator of my soul, that is who I connect to. And all of my information, all of my channeling strictly goes through my highest guidance. I don't allow any kind of information highway be coming through from places I don't know. It has to go through my highest self, my oversoul, to the original creator source of my soul. You can't go wrong with the original creator of my soul, okay? Because that's the original creator of your soul, right? Some things to know. Now, Draco is in representation of the death card. The death card is in representation of the 8th house, which is Scorpio energy. This is where we go to die, transform, and become reborn. Also, looking at the number 8, what is it? It's an infinity loop. Okay, so you are being siphoned and recycled in this incarnation loop that you have to continuously come back here, because they have to continuously feed on your energies, and you don't even realize this shit is happening, right? Okay, so Draco being the death card. What is the death card? That is where we go to deeply, like, we don't always die of the physical body, but we deeply transforms ourselves. You know, like we go through something very hard, difficult, traumatic, or whatever, and we come out of it changed. We come out of it in we transmute all of the lower energies and we become up-leveled, right? Now, with these degree points, like I just showed you, they stretch all the way from Aries to Sagittarius. It's really literally aligned. The stars that are aligned on the actual date of 8-8 aligned with the sun. The sun is not aligned with Sirius. That's complete nonsense. It's not even possible that the sun be aligned with Sirius on 8-8. It's literally, scientifically, cosmologically, hope that's a word, not possible, okay? Because Sirius is in the it's in Cancer season, okay? So, what will align with the sun is 16 degrees Draco star. Exactly. On 8-8. I showed you on that chart, and then I'll go through and break down the chart and show you the other aspects that are happening with it that are also considered malefic energies. This is soul harvesting. That's basically what this is, okay? The moon is going to be in Capricorn on 8-8. It will begin at midnight, or a little bit later, it'll begin in Sagittarius, but majority of that day, it's going into Capricorn, okay? So what is Capricorn? Well, I'll show you. Capricorn is the devil card. All right. See that right there? You see how he's got the divine feminine and the divine masculine in bondage. He's holding them. They're in an eternal loop of their own damnation, as you can see. It's everything toxic. You know, when this card comes up in a reading, it's time to detox. It's also about psychic attacks. You know, you're opening yourself up. This is also why a lot of the time I say, don't open yourself up on certain astrological times. It's like some of these moons are not ones to play with, because there are dark entities that dwell and have for over 450,000 years for sure, if not longer, millions of years, been on this planet. That'll start suffering your energy. And then the next thing you know, bad shit starts happening in your life. You're fatigued, you're tired. If you're feeling fatigued and tired, it's because you're looping in. They'll come in and they'll take a hook and they'll hook into your energy, and you won't know other than the fact that you feel like shit and your life starts going to shit. Also, so you have an understanding what these guys kind of look like. These are I've bought a few decks, and these are the closest to what I visually see when I have seen reptilian and draconian energy in the past. When I lived in Midland, lived at that house with those fuckers, and I was sick. It was a horrible time in my life. Very challenging. But okay, so here's what a reptilian kind of looks like, but they're not that. They look more like half that and half kind of humanoid looking. So this is the kind of energy you're dealing with when you're going into a Lionsgate drum circle or meditation, or even just doing it on your own. I can promise you these entities are doing their ritual right now. And as I speak this, I'm getting this woo woo to my head. I had to go through quite a bit of process to even be able to open up and speak about this, for my own safety. Here is another one. This is the Alpha Draconius. Very similar type of creature, off-planet being. Okay, very low vibrational beings. They have the ability to shapeshift, so they may look like a human, and you don't even know it unless you're intuitively really connected, eyes wide open, ears wide open, feeling into what you're dealing with. I want to read a couple of things to you all while that tablet is doing their thing. All right, so first things first. Yeah, the number 8 is a loop. It represents Saturn. Number 8 is Saturn. Is this the Saturn one? No, this is it. Hold on. So, we're going to read what Saturn is, just to have a reminder about what these planets are. And on that day, Saturn is, of course, in a square. He's squaring off to the north and the south node, as is the sun. Okay, so it's in this huge grand cross square going to all of the fixed signs on this day. Saturn going directly, Saturn will be in opposition. Okay, so you got to realize there's a whole lot going on around this. Okay. The influence of Saturn is commonly called evil. And in this respect, it is much maligned, as in reality there is no evil, since all things work together for the good ultimately. Saturn acts as a deterrent And because it brings denial and necessity into some lives, it has been considered an oppressor, Satan. That's what it says, a Satan. And it says in quotes, "He that filleth with pride will suffer and fall. For Saturn will bring him to his knees, humble his nature, and by means of restriction, limitations, and adversities, will cause the individual to ponder, study, and seek to find the source of woe that in the future it may overcome. Thus, while Saturn is a destroyer of false ideals, in parentheses, it also is a redeemer that in that it brings the mind to state of introspection and stimulates the effort towards perfection and victory." Okay, so just some of the characteristics of Saturn. It says afraid, apprehensive. I won't hit them all, but a few of these. Depressed, doleful, dry, haggard, harsh, heavy, jealous, needy, nonchalant, malevolent, materialistic, miserly, patient, poor, practical, realistic, retarded, scrupulous, sober, sordid, sour, suspicious, tense, tight, weary. You know, it's glum, it's grievous. There's so much here that we need to understand. And then the number 8, here it says, yes, the number 8 is represented by Saturn. Saturn being, in this opposition to the sun that day. It's not a direct opposition, but it's also creating a karmic cross to our north karmic node of the moon and our south karmic node to the moon. And when you're looking at that kind of stuff, you're like, okay, what's up with this right now? Also, we have the moon will be in Capricorn, which, by the way, Capricorn is the Saturn's ruler. Okay, so I'm sorry, Saturn rules Capricorn. So, and what is in Capricorn right now is Pluto, which is the ruler of the 8th house, Scorpio. Pluto is this must die, and there's no going back. Pluto is the underworld. Pluto is Hades in Capricorn. Capricorn is cardinal earth. If you're a Capricorn energy, I'm not picking on you. I'm just explaining what the archetype means in the astrology. So I'm going to read from, this is a great one, Tarot and Astrology by Corinne Kenner. I'm going to read from this just a little bit so you understand, again, what the Devil card is all about. All right? The Devil knows how to make the most of first impressions, and he knows how to intimidate his opponent. But if anyone could beat the Devil at a game of cards, it would be Capricorn. That's because the stereotypical Capricorn businessman and the Devil share an important trait. Both understand all too well the trials and temptations of the material world. Capricorn is a sign of business, career, worldly success, social standing. It's the sign of tangible property, material resources, and physical existence. People who are born when the sun is in Capricorn are usually hard workers, high achievers, responsible partners, both work and at home. The Dark Lord of the Devil card, however, offers a secret glimpse at every person's dark side. He obviously connected to sin and temptation, as well as the pitfalls of the human existence like lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. He knows that wealth and material success can liberate us or enslave us. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, the planet of boundaries and limitations. In tarot, Saturn is assigned to the World card. The combination is effective. The devil is an earthly creature firmly rooted in the material world and closely associated with both the pleasures and pain of physical existence. All right, let me make sure I'm still charging here on this. So we're dealing with lots of malefic energy on 8/8. Lots of it. So now I'm going to kind of come back here and talk to you a little bit more about how I came about. So when I realized that it was aligned to Draco, I didn't realize how many Draco placements they were. And if you're just loading in the chat, let's see if I have it still. Yeah, I still have it here. If you're just loading in the chat, there is the list of all the Draco placements. So if you wanted to screenshot that, it'll show you. So like if you have any of those first degrees, so it'll say the degree point, and then it says the astrological glyph, and then it has the minute. So if you have any of those degrees, you have draconian line. Now, let's be real clear. We all got some reptilian draconian heritage in us somewhere along the way. I would probably say 90% of the planet. It'd be very rare not to have some of this somewhere because it's such a long stretch, right? So when I found this, I thought, oh my God. So I went into meditation after I started realizing all this was connected. And when I went into meditation, this being showed up and gave me a pine cone. And it wasn't just some little pine cone. It was a huge, like the size of those huge Georgia pine cones. My daughter was born in Georgia, so you remember how big those things can get. And he hands it to me, and he says, all right, place it in your heart. You're like I took it as I'm unifying my pineal gland, which is located in your third eye, right? I'm unifying my higher cosmic heart with my pineal gland. The wisdom cracked open after that. I didn't mess with it again. I went to bed. Here it is, day 2. I'm like, okay, I've got to keep moving forward. I'm not feeling so great at this point, because I'm having my cycle. But I want to keep looking at these starseed placements because I want to learn. I want to learn all of them. And there's so many to memorize and know exactly which ones where, by memory is challenging, right? So I'm looking at and searching, and I found a photo of, because I started looking at the I posted it to my Facebook page. If you haven't seen it, go look on my Facebook page. There's a photo of the actual draconian star constellation and where all it stretches out. And so I started really kind of focusing in on the entire entity itself, realizing that it's like it's a dragon, but it's like a snake dragon. It's got like a snake head, but a snake body, but it has like this dragon head, right? And so I started digging, and I thought maybe somebody else has like done something on this. And I was so grateful because when I looked on my YouTube, Maruma 2, who I consider of the highest standard, she's a quantum astrologer, and she also has her awesome skincare line. I buy all her stuff for her skincare line. But she's amazing. And she literally, I haven't probably watched her video in a couple months, and she had a video that said Draco or 88 is a Draco star placement or something like that. And the title. And I was like, oh, holy cow, let's listen and see what she's got to say about this. And she was telling us a lot about it. Okay, I wrote a little note. She said, like, when you look at a portal, you don't know if the portal, where is it going to end? Where is the portal going to end, right? We don't know. Like, but if you go like onto a Stargate, right? You have a coordinates destination that you're going to. It's a little bit different than a portal. Portal's like, okay, go on down this portal. We're not going to tell you what the hell's on the other side. You don't have a clue where you're going to end up, right? And she was making that note, and I thought, that makes a lot of sense. And what we need to also understand when we're dealing with portals is that humanity has this black magic curse over it for hundreds of thousands of years, right? And it's like psychic attacks through the AI. It comes up, the Lionsgate comes up in the movies, right? What was that? There's lots of movies. If you just go type in Lionsgate, because that's where I went and I just typed in Lionsgate. If you go look, there's a lot of movies that are very nefarious made by that company. And they basically show you and tell you exactly everything that they're actually really doing right there in your face. But you have to have eyes to see, to read between the lines, to understand what's really going on. This is black magic AI programs. It could be even in symbology. There's a lot there. And you can go and investigate that for yourself. I'm not going to go too deep into that. And then also, the lion, okay, the lion of Leo represents power and courage and strength and your heart. You see, it's like, we need to use our discernment and our awareness because they're ciphering. They want that. Why else would they do it on such a nefarious, like, day in the astrology? Like, we're already stepping into that energy today, okay? But tomorrow it hits exact to the degree. I put, what do we do? And then from there, I went and I meditated. And I received the most loving, like, it was like a shield, but not a shield. It was not anything like you would ever think of. It was like this shield that was rigid, kind of like the pine cone. So this pine cone thing keeps coming back, right? And I'm thinking, okay, this is like seriously not a good thing to align with. This is definitely something that's been infiltrated. Well, something else to understand is that the moon is currently, I don't even know where it's at currently. Let's just look at it on my screen here now. So yeah, the moon is currently, it's 18 degrees of Sagittarius. It's getting ready tonight to go on over and cross the galactic center, which also the galactic center is, oh Lord, what happened here? What did we do? Hold on. The galactic center is also going to show you on either side. Where'd it go? There it is. So here it is. Sagittarius. Galactic center is at 26 point whatever degrees, right? But it's actually moved over to 27 now. So that's a Draco degree. 2759. The very last degree down there on the bottom. That is Sagittarius Draco degree. 24 degrees of Sagittarius is a Draco degree. So it's hitting all of these degree points, the moon is, and then the sun is going to align with 16 degrees Draco tomorrow. It's not a good thing, y'all. It's not. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not. Yeah, there's grand fixed cross happening, all of which are in that Draco or nefarious dark placements. The Sun, 16 degrees. The nodes in Taurus and Scorpio, both in conjunction with Draco degrees. Also, Saturn, being who Saturn is, in Aquarius. Retrograde, squaring off. And let's just think about it for a second. So the Dracos are much like the Orions and the Syrians. They like war. They like battle. What is that as above, so below stuff, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing more of that popping up. But Sirius is in Canis Major. And Sirius aligns with the Sun in Cancer season, not in Leo season. That's just the basic freaking facts on this. Oh my gosh. And I almost started a fire. Look at this. You see what I'm saying? Stuff can happen. Be careful. Move this. We'll just move this candle on over here. Started a fire with my notes. It's like the dark doesn't want me to speak or something. Lastly, before I go to this chart, the Lionsgate. I looked up Lionsgate on Wikipedia. And you can go look it up yourself because I'm not going to read into all of it, but my notes are. That's not something new. Okay? It's Lionsgate, and it's been around for thousands of years. Okay? And it was originally the St. Stephen's Gate. Okay? Which was not saintly by any means, if you read up on that. It was one of the 7 gates of Jerusalem. It's one of the 7 gates of Jerusalem. It's the Lion's Gate is where Christ took his walk to go become crucified. It's where he began, at the St. Stephen's Gate. Has 4 lion's heads there and everything. You can look it up. Wikipedia. This all, as I'm reading this all represents suffering. It represents sacrificial suffering. And I'm like, how could they possibly not see and align themselves with such a day, such an event? Because they want you to sacrifice your energy. They want you to sacrifice your light. It's exactly what you go on and beat your drums and do your chanting and all of your rituals on this day, while the dark nefarious giggles and laughs because they're siphoning your energy and you don't even know it. And the more of the light that you are, the more so they will giggle and laugh and be in joy to cipher your energy so that they can feed. That's how they feed. Okay? So another thing that came to me, and this was the next day, this was Friday, was how we all are possibly becoming into this loop of reincarnation, and that in itself is a program. Just the knowledge of knowing that we reincarnate, with wanting to know our past lives and our future lives and all of that, that in itself is a program, because they want you to believe that you have to recycle yourself back to this earth, because if you don't, then they don't get to feed. So I'm going to leave that at that for now, and I'm going to go into this chart. think we're good. We're good in charge. Let's see. Wow, that is amazing. Do you see how it was at 0? It's at 98. Okay. Let's go with black. All right. So right here you have, and let's remind everybody, this is 8-8, okay? 8-8 tomorrow. So right here you have the sun at 0 degrees, 16 minutes and 0 degrees, aligning. And the sun, it takes 1 degree a day, okay? So about every day the sun changes degrees. So all day long it's going to be aligned exactly with that draconian fixed star. Also, let's not forget that we have sweet little old Black Moon Lilith over here. And we all know who Black Moon Lilith is. That's Kali energy. She's the demon slayer. So thank goodness we got some Kali energy up in here. Hopefully some of these demons will be slayed on this very nefarious, energetic day. All right. Then we have Scorpio. South node of the moon. All the icky toxicities, the purging, the sewage, the evils, the dark underworld, all of that is in Scorpio, in the 8th house. Okay? That 8 number again. I'm not so excited about the number 8 anymore. I will also say this. What is 8? If you turn on its side, it's infinity, right? Siphoning your energy to infinity. That was pretty good. All right, so then we have the North Node up here, conjunct to Uranus exactly at 18 degrees. And that is right opposing, right? Mars, the other malefic, battle, war. It's coming off of its exact, because all 3 of these, remember, were exact just last week. It's coming off, it's moving forward, it's at 22, but it's still within reach to be considered conjunct. Okay? But that Uranus and North Node at 18 degrees in square, you see, here's the square to the Sun, conjunct Draconian fixed star. This is unexpected. Oh, we've gotten something over on them. Oh my goodness. All those silly little new age spiritual people think that they're going to have this wonderful portal of light come in whenever actually we're siphoning their souls. Talk about unexpected. Uranus also happens to be the ruler of Aquarius and Capricorn, okay? Uranus is that planet of great awakening. It does rule off-planet beings. It also rules unexpected destruction. It's the tower moment. It's when your whole world crumbles. That's Uranus. Uranus is in square to Saturn at 22 degrees of Aquarius. This is retrograde. More within. Okay? Saturn, well, we just learned everything we needed to know about Saturn, right? But Saturn, something else about Saturn that came up for me was, is Saturn even a real planet? That just came up for me today. Because when you look at the planet of Saturn in the pictures and stuff, it looks so unreal. Like, is that just a Death Star? Or is it, I know that people, and I've heard the reports of people saying the moon is a Death Star. and that it's just a satellite. It's not even a real planet. People have said that. People have claimed that. But Saturn was the one that I questioned today when I went into meditation on this, and I had a beautiful sound healing today from Christina Kars Wellness, and that also came up for that session. There is nothing amazing about this. Now, I want you to also see, and what we'll do here, right here, that is Sagittarius moon at 26 degrees on the galactic center. This is the galactic center right here. This is going to be in square to Neptune in retrograde in Pisces. This is telling me that there's a flood of higher ascended assistance coming in through the white flame. If you must do something like ritual or whatever, maybe you're already involved in something and you have to do it, please do me a favor and pull in the white flame through Neptune in Pisces, the higher ascended Christed white flame, and burn all of that nefarious energy that could be coming your way to the ground with it. It's time to be bold if you're having to do something, but which I'm so sorry, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, period. The best route here truly is to not engage. Now, something else that I wanted to note is that we have the sun over here in a square. See this right here? To all of this going on here. So not only is it opposing nefarious, malefic Saturn, but it's in a square over to the north node here. Okay. So there's just, and then you got Saturn also squaring the south node there. So here it is. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. There's just not. Now, I will say this. Over here, we got Pluto, which this moon is going to enter. See, it's at 26 degrees. So it only has to go 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay. See what I'm saying? 0 to 29 degrees in each sign. So once it hits 29, boom, it's done. And it's at 0 degrees of Capricorn. And that moon, after going through all of this nefarious energy, is going to come over here. And it's going to conjunct with deep, dark underworld Pluto. And that'll happen tomorrow. No, I'm sorry. That'll happen the day after tomorrow. So it'll be 8-9 when that happens. Which will then also come up here and trine. So you can see it's in trine, harmoniously trining to Mars. Venus is in a semi-sextile to the sun. That is our only positive hope happening here. Also with Jupiter, but Jupiter's going retrograde. When Jupiter goes retrograde, things kind of fall back a little bit as far as like the goodness and the gifts and everything coming in. And Jupiter's about to go retrograde, so it's slowing. But still, it is in a sextile to the sun. So there is a little bit of help but Jupiter just magnifies everything. Like I always say, Jupiter comes up in your sign, be ready because your waistline is going to magnify. It just happens. It's just a natural thing. So it could be magnifying all of these energies that are nefarious. So use your best judgment, use your best awareness as to if you decide to participate in any of the Lionsgate fuckery. Because that's what it is. I mean, it really is. It's not exactly in alignment with all that is well. Wanted to thank Christina for giving me this beautiful solar Andaras from my session today. We really had a beautiful protecting sound healing today that was already planned before I discovered all this information this week. And I knew the astrology, but I did not know how much draconian energy was attached to this date. But I also was like, Sirius ain't aligned with the sun today. You know, that's seriously over. You know, they want to have a serious alignment. Why don't you go have a serious alignment during Cancer season when the star actually does align? You know, and I get it. It's because you can't visually see it over the horizon because it's been what we consider to be in the underworld, and now you can visually see it and it aligns with the Giza pyramids. And I get all that. But I also get that there's a lot of nefarious shit happening up in the Egyptian area too. Nothing against people of Egypt. It's just the facts. I mean, that is not something I want to align my energies with for sure. I don't know. It's been something that I was like, I can't even believe that this is happening. But, and I haven't even really said hi to anybody in the chat because I just dove straight into this little broadcast. So let me come back here and say hi to everybody. I see you guys. Yes. Thank you for being here. Yes. See if there's anything that I'm missing. Yeah, Anna C, like she's saying it's always felt off to her. And it wasn't just like I had spoke of this to a couple of people here locally that I consider close friends. And I had said, you know, yeah, that Lionsgate is coming up. And I mean, I'm put it in the title to our event, but I just always kind of felt like something was weird about it, you know. And you know, you really didn't hear about the Lionsgate hardcore in the mainstream and everything like this even 3 or 4 years ago. And now all of a sudden it's poof, you know, it's all trendy and shit. And I have discernment. Whenever I look at something that's becoming super trendy and all of this, then, you know, I would say 9 times out of 10, that is hijacked. Because within the spiritual community, we do have infiltration of dark entities. Because what better way to receive pristine, divine, sovereign energy than to get it from people like me, people like you who are committed to their spirituality, to their ascension process, to their practices, that truly embody and live in this light. Like this, that's everything to me, you know? And I know it is to you as well. And the things I was shown in meditation after each day of discovering a little bit more, and then boom, it's right in my face. Like, I was like, oh, hell no. It was so in my face that the universe was bringing videos. Like I said, Maruma 2, go check it out. Maruma 2, Sun Soul Astrology. I've had a reading from her. She's an excellent quantum astrologer. And she had it. And I thought, what the F is going on here? I was like, because like really, literally, I don't think I've seen her videos in a while. And I think a couple months ago, I might have saw one. I don't have time for that. But for some reason, right as soon as I pulled it up, boom, it was right there in my face. And I was like, okay, there we go. Because I literally was going to search to see if anybody else on YouTube had put out a video about the Lionsgate being a complete fake, hijacked portal that literally is going to siphon your energy. So it was pretty amazing how everything fell together. So this is not to promote fear in any way. This is not to instill anxiety or anything other to keep you in your awareness and be discerning with whom you open yourself up to. You may think you're all good and like good to go. You know, oh, I feel great. I'm in my highest frequency. I'm in my highest light. As nothing can touch me. You know, but then some little creepy crawler through the AI, I mean, they come at you through the AI, through what you're looking at right now. You know, and I hate to say it too, you know, they come at it through the jab thing. You know, I mean, you got to be discerning. You got to be discerning as to what you put in your body. You got to be discerning as to who you open yourself up to. Alcohol is the quickest way to get a spiritual psychic attack. I don't drink alcohol at all anymore. I did for a while. I don't anymore. But there's just so much nefarious around this day. So I just wanted people to really, really just kind of understand that this is something that we all can just not participate. Yeah, we don't need to participate with the devil card, okay? Like, let's not. Let's just say no. I mean, this is real. This is not make believe or mysticism or any of that kind of horseshit. It's real stuff that really happens, and we all need to be made aware. And that's why I'm here. And I have pulled out the Mystic Martian Oracle deck to close, asking for an answer. That's the deck by Lisa Porter. It's just a fun little deck. And here's the one that just flew out. The Argothians. These are the inner earth beings. Aren't they beautiful? So that one popped. Just going to do a couple of cards to close. April, I'm not saying it's satanic. I'm saying if you didn't catch all of it from the beginning, you might want to go back and hear all of the broadcast. I said it's centered around a lot of dark, nefarious energies, and it doesn't align with Sirius the star. But if I'm not saying it's satanic, I'm saying it's centered around a lot of dark and nefarious energies. And people don't know nor realize. You think that the spiritual community isn't hijacked? Come on now. And then we got vegans. Soul, independent, and peace. The vegans from Vega. Look at that. And I was just talking about... Come on. I was just talking about how Vega has just moved into Virgo. Why is this? Stop. There it goes. Your solitude, independence, and peace. Okay? Very much so. So this is saying go within. The Argothians are multidimensional beings that live on the inner earth. Okay? And the vegans are very much the healers, but they're also very solo. They're very go it alone. They don't kind of team up with any of the other off-planet beings. You know, they value the peace that's within them. So both of these cards are just giving me validation that this is something that we have to stay back from. Just don't engage. Don't engage. Take a salt bath. Do a smudge. Put your blue source light shield on before bed tonight. It's the blue source light shield, the original creator of my soul. High-powered being that you are. You create it. And then go about your day tomorrow with super awareness. There it is. Integration, life lessons. What a lesson we learned this week, right? Come on, baby. There it goes. Come on. There we go. The tree of life. Everything is connected. You know, we're all connected by the energy from which flows from us. And if you open yourself up and say, yes, I want to be part of this Lionsgate portal. I want to receive all of this love and light. On these mass meditations, it's not a good idea to participate in those unless you specifically know the person that you're connecting with. Because they may portray themselves as this big love and light person that you follow, and they're not. These beings have that ability to shapeshift their ass into whatever they choose. It could also just be AI coming at you. Have you ever thought of that? Like half these people that you see in celebrity or the elites or whatever, that could be like a CGI that you're just seeing on the screen. Have you ever seen that person in person? Pinch them, know that they're right there. I'm just saying, be more discerning with your energy. The astrology screams dark and nefarious starting now for the next couple of days. And I just see that there's so much aligned with this ciphering of our energy. And don't be naive, because that's what they love. Oh, they love a light worker that's all naive, that doesn't even know nothing about their dark. They just function from all love and light all the time, and they function from the higher chakra centers up. Never giving any mind to the lower chakras. Never really diving deep, peeling back the layers of their traumas from this life and other lives. Of being trapped here on this planet. You see, because you're in a recycle loop. Just recycling souls. We're recycling. Oh, what you gonna come back as this time? What you get? You know, fuck that. No. When I leave here, I'm not going back into that light. I'm not gonna go and be recycled to come back to this planet. I'm leaving. I'm going to my galaxy, my area that I know for sure is there, my planet. You know, I also got shown today, and I wasn't going to share this tonight, but I think that'll be something good for us to share in closing because it's coming through strong that I should. Today, when I was in sound healing session, and now my head's tingling. Now that sound healing session, I was shown that, and this is really hard for me to even say, but I was shown today that when we die, when the physical body gives out and it's our time to exit, that we should not go to the light. That tunnel of light that people report is also a hijacked trap for our souls to have to come. That starts up the whole process for our souls to have to come back and recycle and come back into these bodies. It's just what I was shown today. And I said, well, then where do we go? And I was told, go up. That's what it was go up or move up or go up is what I heard. So I'm going to dive more deep into that and see what kind of information comes through as well. Because I'm a death doula. And that's not really great for my profession to tell people don't go to the light. You know what I'm saying? So I've got to figure this out. But all of this has come through organically, innocently, and authentically with love. Every single bit of it. If you know me and you know this channel, or maybe you're new to this channel, please understand that most of the time I try to keep it as positive as I can, but also keep it as real as I can to give you the information that's coming through in the most organic, authentic way from my heart, truly. And that's why, I was like, I can't, all of this is just so many synchronicities after synchronicities for me to find all of that information and have it be shown to me in such a way over 3 different days, time after time. I was like, I have to share it. I have to share it. So I don't know yet, April. I don't know, but I'll find out. I'll find out. My guidance will tell me, I promise you. But we're not to go to the light. If you know someone who's old, about to die, or whatever, just sit with them and say that not to go into that tunnel of light. Like, you know how people see that long tunnel and they're walking into this like tunnel portal of light, that I was told that do not go into the portal of light. They said go up. When we leave the physical form, we become so multidimensional, fluidity. Everything's instantaneous, right? Okay. So it's like maybe as soon as you leave the physical form. But that's the thing, is sometimes people get stuck because they tragically like lost their life, or they tragically committed suicide or something like that, and then they get stuck and they don't know where to go. So that's why I'm like, what about the light? Isn't that where we're supposed to go? Supposed to go to the light? No, we're not supposed to go to the light. We're supposed to go up, is what they said. So maybe that means like we just take our awareness up and away from that tunnel of light, and then that keeps us from having to come back into the reincarnation fuckery loop, so that we can actually move on and have afterlives that are different than just recycling souls over and over and over and over. And I believe more of this knowledge, more of this wisdom will begin to come to me now, because like I said, it started with a goal of just learning the starseed lineage placement fixed stars. And then all of this other just organically came, and I'm still blown away, truly, by the information. So I love you all. Thank you so much. Is there I'm going to just make sure if there's any questions, I'll answer any questions. And then we'll be back on Tuesday night for our regular weekly. And I'll let you know what else has come through. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Yes, you're welcome. Very cool. Hey, Joe Mac, I see you there. Awesome. Yes. Cats Unity, thank you for jumping in, you guys. And Renee, yes, 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 yes. And Erin and Grace, my Scorpio sister. Kristen from Australia, thank you for jumping in. Oh my gosh, y'all have to check out Kristen's grids. She has some of the most beautiful grids I think I've ever seen. Thank you, love. Let's see here. And there's Stacy. Hi, Stacy. I just want to make sure. Hi, Geraldine. Hi, Amy. Hi, Madeline. Oh, man. I saw a lot of people. Yay. Okay. That's going to. Oh, there's Tammy Lynn. My beautiful. You and I need to do a live broadcast together, my sister. Yes, yes, we do. All right. Aaron, thank you so much. Everybody, Annette, hi there. Okay. Lacey. Yes. Okay. Lacey's got the idea right here. Okay. So she's salt baths the last 2 nights. Emotionally eating. Yeah. Be careful about the emotional eating. I did that a couple of nights ago, but I had started my cycle and I'm like, oh, I need brownies. And then I paid for it the next day because it was like, oh, I should have ate those brownies. But we have to give, see, that's the thing is we have to give ourselves what we need. And oftentimes we're so busy in our lives that we don't stop and really give ourselves what we need. So I switched from the brownies to the dark chocolate almonds instead today. Or was it day before yesterday? Not today yet. I haven't had any chocolate today. Haven't ate today because I try not to eat anything heavy before I do a broadcast so that I'm a clear vessel. So, but yeah, just, a salt bath. Remember, if you're going to do a salt bath, 2 cups Epsom salt, 1 cup baking soda. You must add the 1 cup baking soda because that brings in the magnesium element in order to truly do a full spiritual 4 body systems detox. And also lemongrass for inflammation, and lavender, frankincense, clary sage. These things all will assist and protect. I have about 10 different stones that I add directly into my bath water every single time I take a salt bath. Every time. And I use 3 different kinds of salts. Sometimes I put herbs and flowers in there. I burn smudge, Palo Santo. I get a good thick smoke going in the bathroom as the hot water is filling up my tub. And I do a ritual where I bring myself back into alignment through gratitude and love, and bring yourself together and just like, fucking spirituality does not have to be hard. You don't have to say all these chants and all this whatever. Just speak from your heart, pulling in your love, and really truly know that you are protected. You are. If you know in your knowingness, you are. But these detoxes, these baths, salt baths, grounding to the planet, putting your hands on trees, really feeling into the planet's energies will also assist you. Being discerning and realizing that not everybody that's smiling and saying love and fucking light to you on their screen on these YouTubes and on Instagrams is always going to be of the light, truly. Because when you start really looking at people, and if they're all love and light, love and light, love and light all the time, then that is your first clue that there is some kind of infiltration going here, and they're soul harvesting you. They're taking your particles that you don't see with your naked eye and bringing them to them through the screen. It's another thing. A lot of people say, Julie Severin, who is, I consider a wise woman elder, okay? And she's on the Mind, Body, Spirit group that I'm in, and I'm broadcasting right now. Hi, guys. She says you should not sleep with your phone next to you, your television going, or anything like that, because even with it turned off, the AI is creeping up into your subconscious while you're sleeping. We don't know. We don't want to know. We don't know. No creeping AI while I sleeping. No, thank you. Now, I do listen to meditation music at night, and I do my meditations at night. But what I do is I have my phone and I put it in the bathroom, which is on the opposite side. It's good ways away from me. And then I also unplug my TV at night. I have a TV in my bedroom. Sometimes I sit there and I watch it. But I'm discerning. And while I'm sleeping, every single night before I go to bed, I have that Bluetooth speaker. Yes, I get it. But I don't have that screen right next to me. I'm just using the Bluetooth speaker so that I can do my meditation and go to bed. I also have diffusers going on each nightstand of my bed that have frankincense, clary sage, lavender, all of the wonderful protecting and calming essential oils every night. I mean, it's a ritual in itself that I do every night. You know, um, just these little simple things that you can do to help keep your energy protected and be mindful of who you're opening your energy up to. Okay, salts. Stacy. Okay, so Epsom salt. I also use pink Himalayan salt. I buy the 19-pound bags of Dead Sea salt from the Dead Sea, and I mix all three. I'm kind of a little bit of a salt fiend. This is why I feel like for sure I had a past life as like a sea nymph or something. Because I'm always like in the salt water, my pool, salt water, you know. But yeah, you can buy, and that's the cheapest way to do it, you know, truly, is buy those big 19-pound bags. Just put put bath salts, 19-pound bag. You can put on Amazon or wherever, and they sell them by the bag at 19 pounds, and it lasts you. Versus going and paying retail for like 5 or 6 pounds, and you get like 3 times as much. So, and then I buy the big old bag of baking soda. Big old bag. Big. Never be without it. Because I'm working in energy every day, you know. Okay, let's make sure. Chicken strips and gravy. No, that is not the kind of food you want to be eating during this time period. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay. Yeah, I start my cycle with the Scorpio moon, y'all. I am not kidding. I start the cycle with the Scorpio moon the last 3. When the moon moved into Scorpio, and I'm a stellium Scorpio, Sun rising in the 1st house, Mars in the 12th house, Scorpio. And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm gonna get on out of here. I think that if I add aluminum free baking soda, I just use the regular baking soda. I do. I just use the regular. It works great. It works great because it goes straight with, I mean, unless you're trying to detox from aluminums and metals and stuff like that, maybe you want the aluminum free. It's not bothering me a bit. So I just use regular baking soda. Okay, Amy has a good question. Every year on 8/8, every year it's going to be at 16 degrees. Even if that Draco star, because if you know that's 16 degrees that I showed you. Let me pull it back up. Well, shit, I don't have it on there. Anyway, that 16 degrees I told you is going to be that way because these fixed stars don't move. It takes 70-something years for them to move a half of a degree. You see? That's why they're called fixed stars. So yes, 8/8 is always fucking nefarious. Maybe 20 years from now, 30 years from now, it won't be. But it's aligned with the Draco fixed star. The sun every year. This is why in the past I've always been kind of like, I'm not real sure. I've never really done anything major with the Lionsgate, but this is why. And then all of the other placements, you know, yeah. We'll dive deep into the chart of the week and talk about the chart coming up on Tuesday night. We will do the giveaway Tuesday night. Be sure that you like, subscribe, hit the bell. And when you hit that bell, hit all. Like, subscribe, and then comment on the replay video. You can comment on this replay video. It also counts. So as soon as this goes live, you go to the YouTube. And I think the moderators on Facebook. We on Facebook now. I think the moderators on Facebook put the link for my YouTube there in the comments, so you can pop on over and make sure that you comment, like, subscribe, so you get your name in the drawing. I will be out of here until Tuesday night. It's a very, if you know me, I don't do extra videos on the weekends, especially normally not on Sacred Sunday. But I felt that this information was important, and I hope that you share it, and I hope that it helps people to realize that tomorrow's energies not be so good. So that's right. Day's got it. Say no to the Lionsgate fuckery. And with that, I will say I'm sending you all so much love, blue source light, and protection. Shield yourselves up tonight, and we will see you on Tuesday. Walk in the light. Spread the sparkle.